All eyes are on South Georgia as tensions mount in the trial for the 3 men accused of killing Ahmaud Arbery.
What do we want? Justice! What do we want now?
Ahmaud Arbery's family speaking out about the judge's decision to move forward with a jury panel that's nearly all white.
I was very shocked that we only had one black African-American man. And I mean, it's devastating.
Now, as the state and defense prepare for opening statements to begin, the community praying for the best outcome and peace.
And we will see it done. Yes. Step by step, yes. Day by day.
That panel will be sworn in tomorrow at 9 a.m. This is Action News Jax at 6. I'm Tanika Hughes.
I'm John Bachman. Once sworn in, opening statements from the state and the defense will begin. Both sides plan to use the video of Ahmaud Arbery's death. Action News Jax has team coverage. Ben Ryan shows us the march held in support of Arbery and his family. But we begin with Action News Jax' Kristen Arbery live in Brunswick. Kristen, in the last hour, you've learned one of the original jurors has been dismissed. An alternate will step in.
That's right, and that alternate is a white woman in her 60s. She has 3 kids. But here's what's interesting. When she was originally asked if she had already formed an opinion on the guilt of the defendants, she said probably. But then she went on to say and elaborate that she does believe she can set that aside because she does think there are 2 sides to every story. The judge in the trial for the death of Ahmaud Arbery has set a timeline he hopes to follow.
Hopefully we'll be able to get started on a relatively timely basis tomorrow morning.
It's a moment people all over Brunswick have been waiting for nearly 2 years.
This is what we've been waiting for, and that is the start of the trial tomorrow.
Jurors will return to the courthouse Friday morning.
Once the process begins, right before the opening statements, the panel is sworn in. And that's when criminal jeopardy attaches.
Each attorney, 1 for the state and 3 for the defense, 1 for each defendant, have an hour to present their opening statements.
Sounds like all the matters then before the court. I'd hoped y'all would have a little bit more time.
After that, both sides will spend the next 2 weeks combing through video, testimony, expert accounts, and more, presenting arguments to a jury of 11 white people and 1 black person. The judge spent today going over what evidence could be shown and how, shaping the next 2 weeks.
We look forward to opening statements. We look forward to being here through the verdict and through the subsequent trials.
Now, the ability to get through this trial on a timeline that they want depends on the attorney's ability to follow the judge's orders when he's giving them those time periods. They've said from the beginning they want this trial wrapped up by November 19th, the week before Thanksgiving. And we're going to be here throughout the trial and bring you all the updates every single day. Live in Brunswick, Kristen Mary, Action News Jax.
And again, the jury consists of 11 white people, 1 black person. There will only be 3 white alternates now after 1 was medically dismissed this afternoon. Action News Jax dug through the jury numbers to show you who makes up the jury panel. And we know that the lone black person is a man in his 60s. 3 of the jurors appear relatively young in their 20s or 30s. 10 seem to be middle-aged and 2 were older, likely in their 70s or older. There are 11 women and 4 men across the board.
So as soon as news broke of what that jury looked like, social media began reacting. In the comments that we found, well, they were all negative, basically. Joey Shelton says, let's see if I can't, there we go. This jury selection doesn't even make sense. Let's see. Racism in the justice system will always succeed one way or another. And Cannon says, y'all surprised? Anywho, let's just pray that the jurors, no matter what race they are truly there to serve justice. Now, the big question many are asking, how did we get here? Tanika is going to walk us through the 3-step process.
Yeah, John, we told you yesterday the defense had struck 11 of the potential 12 black jurors during the day. Now, the state argued that 8 of those black jurors were struck because of race. So the court had to go to that 3-step process that came out of the Baston versus Kentucky case from 1986. Here's how that works. The state files a motion that the 8 jurors were struck because of their race, and then the defense has to present a neutral explanation for why that juror was removed, and then they have to do that for each of the jurors in question. The last step, the judge must determine if, quote, purposeful discrimination occurred. In this case, the judge said that he did not find intentional discrimination, but also found that the 8 black jurors were struck for other reasons that the defense was able to explain.
Our team coverage continues now with Action News Jack's Ben Ryan live in Brunswick. And Ben, a march was held this afternoon for Ahmaud Arbery.
And John, I was speaking with those involved in the march. They said that a lot of people didn't sleep too well last night after hearing the jury selection, as we know, which is now 11 white people and 1 black person. But I want you to take a look at your screen. We have some video of that march. It took place earlier this afternoon. You can see the group marching through the streets of Brunswick. In those moments, they're chanting that they want justice for Ahmaud. I was told they wanted to come together yet again in solidarity for the Arbery family. And when speaking with the marcher, they said neighbors even joined in the process, and they wanted to let the community know that their voice can also be heard.
When we took the stand after jury selection to take the streets and show that the family and the city of Brunswick that we stand for justice for Ahmaud Arbery.
And I've also been told that there is a town hall tonight at 8 o'clock here at the Holy Band of Inspiration Church, which is right behind me. I am working to learn more about what specifically will be said, and we'll update you both on air and online. For now, reporting live in Brunswick, Ben Ryan, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
And tomorrow I'm going to be live in Brunswick for those opening statements. Count on Action News Jax to be inside of the courtroom throughout the entire trial. We'll also have team coverage with our reporters, and we're going to stream it live for you on actionnewsjax.com and our mobile app.